Hello, and welcome to today's training. As you can see from the title, today we're going to talk about how your mind is sabotaging your entire life without you knowing it. Part of this training will be to talk about our outline, the shocking truth, your mind's secret sabotage, how you build your own prison, the identity trap, the sabotage playbook, how your mind undermines you, why your mind chooses survival over thriving, the solution, shifting your identity to break free. We're going to review and have action steps for you to follow. Let's jump straight into it. This is going to sound absolutely insane, but hear me out. Your mind is sabotaging your entire life and you don't even know it's happening. Picture this. You're chasing a big dream, maybe financial freedom, a thriving career, or a life full of confidence and purpose. But every time you get close, something pulls you back. A missed opportunity, a wave of doubt, a sudden distraction. It's not bad luck or lack of effort. It's your own mind, working behind the scenes with such creative cunning you barely notice it's there. Your mind isn't just a bystander. It's a master strategist, weaving obstacles so seamlessly they seem like part of your personality. It's not out to get you. It's just doing its job, keeping you in a familiar zone where it thinks you're safe. But that zone is often the very place holding you back from the life you want. Whether it's wealth, love, or personal growth, your mind has a way for derailing progress in ways that feel so natural, you might even call them, "This is just how I am." But a spoiler, that's the sabotage talking. Ever wonder why you procrastinate on that big project but breeze through mindless tasks? Or why you talk yourself out of a bold move like starting a business or asking for a raise? With thoughts like, "I'm just not ready," or "that's just not for me." These aren't random quirks. They're your mind's clever tricks to keep you stuck. Just pause and think. What's one goal you've been chasing but keep hitting a wall? That frustration, that sense of being trapped, is your mind working overtime to project a version of you that's no longer serving your dreams. The scariest part though, this sabotage is inevitable because it's baked into your subconscious, the part of your mind running the show without you noticing. It's like a background app draining your phone's battery. You don't see it, but it's zapping your energy. Your subconscious isn't trying to ruin your life. It's wired for survival and not thriving. It clings to whatever is familiar, even if that is struggle, doubt, or limitation, because the known feels safer than the unknown. That is why you keep circling back to the same old patterns, no matter how much you want to change. So why does all of this matter? Because every day your mind pulls these strings, you're losing ground on the life you're meant to live. The wealth you dream of, the confidence you crave, the freedom you imagine. It's all on the other side of the sabotage. But here's the good news. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Recognizing that your mind is a gatekeeper holding you back is the first step to breaking free. What if you could turn that creative energy into a force for growth instead of limitation? That's where we're headed in this video. This chapter is about pulling back the curtain on your mind's secret game. We're not talking about willpower or bad habits. We're diving into the hidden mechanics of why you stay stuck even when you're bursting with potential. From wealth to relationships to personal growth, your mind's sabotage is universal. But so is your ability to overcome it. Get ready to uncover how your subconscious builds a prison and how you can start dismantling it to unlock the life you were born for. Your mind's sabotage starts with something deeply ingrained, your identity. This isn't just who you think you are. It's a subconscious story you've built over years, shaped by experiences, words, and beliefs you repeated to yourself and others. If you grew up without money, for instance, you might carry an identity of struggle or victim, casually weaving it into conversations like, "I can't afford that," or "I didn't come from wealth, so success isn't for me." This story isn't just talk. It's a prison your mind constructs, locking you into a reality that matches that narrative. Every time you lean into this identity, blaming your circumstances, framing yourself as the underdog, you reinforce the bars of that prison. It's not just about wealth. Maybe you see yourself as not good enough in relationships, or too shy to be a leader, or undisciplined in health. These labels sink into your subconscious, becoming the lens through which you see the world. Your mind doesn't question them, it accepts them as truth, shaping your choices to keep you aligned with that version of you, even if it's far from what you want. Why does your mind cling to this? Because it craves familiarity, not fulfillment. The subconscious equates what's known with safety, a survival instinct hardwired to avoid the uncertainty of change. If struggle is your familiar territory, your mind will steer you back there, even when opportunities for wealth, love, and growth knock. This identity trap creates a vicious cycle. You might dream of a better life, financial freedom, a thriving career, confidence, but your subconscious story says that's not who we are. So you undermine yourself without realizing it, skipping that networking event, doubting your skills, or sticking to a safe routine. Each choice strengthens the old identity, making change feel harder. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You stay stuck because your mind believes your current situation is where you belong and who you are, and it's wired to keep you there. The cost of this trap is steep. Every time you lean into that victim or not good enough narrative, you're closing doors to your potential. The wealth you dream of, the relationships you crave, the confidence you imagine, they're blocked by a story you've unknowingly accepted. It's not about your circumstances. It's about the identity you've built around them. If you grew up without money, your mind might see wealth as foreign, even threatening, because it doesn't know who you'd be without the struggle. Here's the turning point. Recognizing this trap is your first crack in the prison wall. Your identity isn't fixed. It's a story you've been telling, and stories can be rewritten. Pause and ask, what labels do I carry? Do I see myself as someone who struggles, who's not there yet, or who can't do what others can do? These aren't truths. They're scripts your subconscious runs on autopilot. Seeing them clearly is a spark that begins to loosen their grip, setting the stage for what's holding you back. So why does this matter right now? Because every day you live in this identity trap, you're reinforcing a life smaller than you're capable of. That inner spark, the one that dreams of abundance, success, or freedom, is screaming for you to break out. Your mind built this prison, but it also holds the key to escape. Understanding how your identity traps you is the foundation to change. What's next is uncovering the clever ways it keeps you there. The sabotage playbook. Your mind doesn't sabotage with brute force. It's a master of subtlety, deploying a playbook of tactics so clever, you often mistake them for your own thoughts. From procrastination to self-doubt, these moves keep you aligned with your limiting identity, whether it's the struggler who grew up without money or not good enough in love and career. It's like a hidden script running in the background, editing your choices to fit the story it knows best. Take procrastination. It's not laziness. It's your mind delaying opportunities to avoid the discomfort of change. You spot a chance for wealth, like a side hustle or investment tip, but suddenly your inbox needs sorting or that show demands just one more episode. We've all been there. In the wealth example, if your identity is tied to struggle, your mind whispers, you're not ready for that, turning a promised lead into tomorrow's task. This delay keeps you in familiar territory where success feels like a threat to who you think you are. Then there's self-doubt, the inner critic that dismisses possibilities before they even start. That job promotion, not for me, I didn't grow up with connections. Or starting a YouTube channel, I'd never get as lucky as the other people. This tactic plants seeds of unworthiness, making you question your right to abundance and growth. It's your mind protecting the victim identity by framing success as luck or privilege, not something you can claim. Over time it erodes confidence, turning bold ideas into what-ifs they never see daylight. Dismissal is another sly move, brushing off wins or opportunities as flukes. You land a small financial gain, a freelance gig pays off, but your mind says that was just luck, it won't happen again. This keeps the struggle narrative alive, preventing you from building momentum. In relationships, it might look like, I don't deserve that kind of partner, sabotaging connection before it even can deepen. Your subconscious prefers the known pain of not being enough over the unknown joy of being more than enough. Overthinking rounds out the playbook, spinning wheels in endless analysis to paralyze action. You see a path to career growth, a course or a networking event, but your mind floods you with what-ifs. What if I fail? What if I'm not prepared? This tactic buys time for the old identity to regroup, keeping you stuck in planning mode without ever launching. It's creative sabotage in its finest, making you feel productive while ensuring you stay in the familiar. And don't forget about perfectionism, the illusion of needing everything just right before moving forward. For the wealth seeker, it's tweaking that business plan forever instead of testing it. In health or habits, it's waiting for the perfect gym routine, skipping starts altogether. Your mind uses this to maintain equilibrium. If nothing's perfect, nothing changes, and the status quo, struggle, doubt, limitation remains unchallenged. Finally, avoidance. Steering clear of triggers that challenge your identity. You avoid financial advisors because money talks makes me anxious. Or skip social events when success stories might highlight your shortcomings. This tactic isolates you from inspiration, reinforcing the prison walls. Your mind knows exposure to possibility could crack the story it's telling, so it keeps you in an echo chamber of familiarity. All these tactics, procrastination, doubt, dismissal, overthinking, perfectionism, and avoidance, stem from the same root, survival. Your mind equates familiarity with safety, even if it's a life of quiet desperation. It's not trying to hurt you, it's protecting the identity it knows. But thriving demands risk, and risk threatens the known. Understanding this playbook isn't about blame, it's about seeing the strings so you can start cutting them. Spotting these tactics is your power move. Next time you procrastinate on a wealth-building step or dismiss a career opportunity, ask yourself, is this my mind keeping me safe or is it holding me back? This awareness turns invisible sabotage into visible patterns, giving you the edge to rewrite the script. You're not broken, you're just running an outdated program. What happens when you start debugging it? That's the freedom waiting on the other side. Here's a bombshell that will change how you see yourself. Your mind is built for survival and not thriving. This is the key to understanding why you feel stuck, why your dreams of wealth, success, or fulfillment keep slipping away. Your brain isn't wired to chase extraordinary. It's programmed to keep you safe, to cling to whatever is familiar, even if it's a life of struggle or limitation. Grasping this truth is critical. It's not your fault you held back, but it's in your power to change the game. Your mind's default setting is holding you back from the life you're meant to live, and seeing this clearly is the first step to breaking free. Why is this revelation so vital? Because it explains why your mind fights your biggest ambitions. It's not trying to sabotage you out of spite. It's following a primal blueprint to ensure survival, prioritizing familiarity over growth. Understanding this shifts the blame from I'm broken to I'm programmed and I can reprogram. This insight empowers you to stop battling yourself and start redirecting your mind's energy towards thriving. Your brain evolved to prioritize safety over potential. Familiarity, even if it's uncomfortable, feels like a guarantee you'll make it through the day. A struggle identity, like growing up without money, is a known quantity. Your mind knows how to navigate it. But wealth, success, or confidence, those are uncharted waters, and the unknown triggers a primal alarm. Your subconscious isn't trying to ruin your life. It's just following an ancient code that equates same with safe. This resistance comes from fear of the unknown self. If you shed the victim or not enough identity, who would you be? Someone wealthy, bold, or fulfilled feels like a stranger to your subconscious. That shift threatens its sense of control, so it digs in, amplifying doubts and distractions to keep you in familiar territory. The price of this survival instinct is massive. Every time your mind pulls you back to the familiar, it caps your potential. That dream of financial freedom, it stays a fantasy because your subconscious sees wealth as foreign. A thriving career or relationship blocked by an identity that says, that's not for people like me. You're not just missing opportunities, you're missing the version of yourself who lives without limits, the one who takes risks and reaps the rewards. But here's the irony. Your mind's comfort zone isn't even that comfortable. Familiarity might feel safe, but it's often a struggle, pinching pennies, dodging big moves, settling for less. Your subconscious prefers this known discomfort over the uncertainty of growth because it's predictable. It knows how to survive a life of just getting by. But thriving? That's a gamble it's not programmed to take without a fight. Think of your mind as a cautious captain steering a ship. It hugs the shoreline of familiarity, avoiding the open sea of possibility where storms like risks might hit. Sure, the shore is rocky and the view's mediocre, but it's known. Sailing toward the horizon where wealth, success, or love await feels like a leap into chaos. Your mind's job is to keep the ship afloat, not to chase treasure. So it steers you back to the coast every time you try to sail free. Pause and ask, what would your life look like if your mind wasn't anchoring you to survival? What if you could trade the familiar struggle for a life full of abundance, confidence, and purpose? The wealth you dream of, the career you crave, the relationships you deserve, they're not impossible. They're just beyond the shoreline your mind clings to. This question isn't just inspiration. It's a wake-up call to see how much you're losing by staying safe. Here's the flip side. Your mind's survival mode isn't your enemy. It's a program you can redirect. The same creativity it uses to sabotage can be harnessed to build a thriving life. You're not doomed to stay stuck. You're just running a script that prioritizes the wrong goal. Understanding why your mind chooses survival over thriving is the key to unlocking change. It's not about fighting your mind. It's about rewriting its mission to aim for the horizon and not the shore. You've seen how your mind's creative sabotage keeps you trapped in a familiar but limiting life. Now, here's the game-changing solution. To break free and unlock your true potential, whether it's wealth, success, or fulfillment, you must shift your identity. Your subconscious self-image, the story you've been living by, is the root of the sabotage. Redefine that story to match your dreams, and the barriers of procrastination, doubt, and avoidance start to crumble. This is the key to transforming your entire life. Your current identity, whether it's struggler, not good enough, or just average, is like a blueprint your mind follows, steering your actions to keep you in that role. To live the life you dream of, you need to become someone new in your subconscious. The confident achiever, the bold risk taker, the person who thrives in abundance. This isn't about faking it. It's about choosing a self-image that aligns with the wealth, career, or relationships you want, so your actions flow naturally towards these goals. The beauty of this shift is in its power. When you redefine who you are, your mind stops fighting you. Instead of sabotaging opportunities, it starts seeking them. Imagine your subconscious no longer whispering, "That's not for me," but instead driving you to seize that promotion, launch that business, or build that dream life. By becoming the person who already lives your vision, you align your internal programming with your ambitions, making success feel like your natural, not a distant hope. This is where the be-do-have model comes alive. Don't wait to have wealth or success, to do bold things and be confident. Start by being that confident, capable person right now. Your actions will follow, and the results, like financial freedom or a thriving career, will manifest as a byproduct. Shifting your identity flips the script. Instead of struggling against your mind's survival instinct, you harness its creativity to build a life where you're thriving. Why act right now? Because every moment you stay in your old identity, you're reinforcing the prison that holds you back. The dream life, free of money worries, full of purpose and possibility, is waiting, but it starts with a choice to redefine yourself today. The inner spark that brought you to this video, that longing for more, is your potential screaming to be unleashed. You're not broken or doomed. You're just running an outdated identity that you can upgrade right now. Think of your identity as the operating system running your life. Right now, it's set to survival mode, keeping you safe but small. Shifting your identity is like installing a new system code for thriving. Suddenly, the apps for opportunity, confidence, and growth run smoothly. The old system will glitch with doubt and delays, but once you commit to the upgrade, your mind starts working for you, not against you, opening doors to the life you've always imagined. This is your turning point. You're not a victim of your mind's sabotage. You're its programmer. By choosing an identity aligned with abundance and success, you redirect its creative power to build, not block. The wealth you dream of, the confidence you crave, the life you're meant for, they're not out of reach. They're waiting for you to step into the version of yourself who claims them. You've already taken the first step by seeing the sabotage. Now it's time to become the person who breaks free. In this training, we talked about the shocking truth, your mind's secret sabotage, how you build your own prison, the identity trap, the sabotage playbook, how your mind undermines you, why your mind chooses survival over thriving, the solution, shifting your identity to break free. And this is our little review. And now follow some action items you can follow for the next days and weeks. Reflect on ways your mind is holding you back. Maybe believe like, I'm not meant for wealth, or I'm too shy for success. Write it down and then ask, who would I be without this limit? Optional, you can comment your answer below and start rewriting your story together with our community. Place a sticky note with "My mind is wired for survival, not thriving" on your workplace to see it every day as a reminder. This way, you will be able to identify the next time when your mind tries to hold you back and keep you in familiar territory. Subscribe for the next videos where we're gonna dive into how to shift your identity and unlock the life you were born to live.